Hello everyone, it's Old Guardian here. Finally some new content for Warcraft Rumble because the Horde Family event is live, and Horde Family event brings us the new leader Thrall and some new mythic missions as well. So in this video I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about the event, all the tips, all the tricks, how the reward tree works, and of course comps for every single mission, including all the mythics. The reward tree in the event is pretty easy. The full reward tree costs 26,550 tickets, and event challenges give you up to 46,400 tickets. Also daily offers give you 500 tickets each, so there's plenty of tickets to get. While there are some challenges like upgrade a mini to legendary, upgrade a mini to epic, so something that might be really difficult, the vast quantity of tickets that are available means that you don't have to complete any of those really difficult ones, and you will still be able to get the full reward tree. The reward tree has plenty of rewards. There are currently 16 Thrall Stars in this tree, although Blizzard has stated that they intend to add another 3 Thrall Stars to make it 19, so that you line up better with the paid bundles in order to upgrade Thrall all the way to epic, because this one of course gets Thrall to rare. 31,000 Arc Energy, 1300 coins, Rare Core, Epic Core, Rare-O-Matic, bunch of tomes, 26 stars for Grommash, 26 stars for Sneed, and 5 stars for each Horde troop, so 12 times 5, that's 60 troop stars overall. There's a lot of stuff in this tree. The most important ones are obviously the Thrall Stars, which are not available yet elsewhere, the circled in blue here. Then there's some coins, Mega and Mythic Tomes, some especially cheap Arc Energy. Those have been circled here in green. But do note that there are many dead ends in the middle, so it looks like, okay, the middle rewards are really good, but there are many dead ends, so you can't just go down the middle, you have to wiggle a little bit in order to get those good rewards. And this is what that wiggling looks like. So first you can go a little bit down, and then you have to wiggle a little bit, because you otherwise will end up in a dead end. So you want to get Thrall, then you want to get more Thralls, you want to get all the Thralls, and note the dead ends that you must work around. And all the Thrall Stars total 9,100 tickets. Then you will have all the Thrall Stars available in the tree, and then you can start picking up other good rewards, like for example the coins that have been circled in green here. On the topic of those Thrall Stars, there's 16 stars in the reward tree, although there should be another 3 coming in soon. So you would need another 23 stars for epic and 48 stars for legendary. And Thrall is not on the grid until season 16. So you will only be able to get Thrall on the grid from the first Horde week of season 16. I think it starts on the 26th of July, so that's a long way from here. So that leaves you with paid bundles if you want to get Thrall beyond rare. So there are 3 paid bundles available right now. So there's 10 stars for 19.99, including legendary Thrall skin. Then there's this big bundle, 40 stars. There's a lot of gold and stuff in that one, including legendary Thrall skin and the tower skins. That's 59.99. And then there's 10 stars and not much else. There's a little bit of coin and something for 9.99, and that 9.99 bundle unlocks another one, so that's a chain. So there's going to be another 10 stars and a little bit of some other stuff for 19.99, another 10 stars and a little bit of something for 29.99, and then 15 stars and a little bit of something for 39.99. But you really don't want to pursue that chain, because if you want to get legendary, then you want to buy the 40 stars package and then one 10 star package, so then that's 50 stars. That's enough to get to legendary. If you want to get to epic, before Blizzard said that they were going to add 3 Thrall Stars, I thought that you would need to buy the 40 stars pack, or that would make the most sense, because 40 stars for $60, or otherwise you would have to get fewer stars and a lot fewer other stuff for $50. So saving $10 and losing out on a ton of stuff didn't sound too good. But now it looks like you will be able to just buy 2 bundles of 10 stars and be able to get to epic with those. The challenges in the Horde event all seem to be working. There's a couple of peculiarities, a couple of tips and tricks that you might want to know. For example, Horde Rush, win dungeon battles with Horde minis. You have to have a minimum of 4 Horde minis in your army for those to count, the dungeon battles to count. Then there's these challenges to play 20 Horde minis in a single match. You would have to do that 10 times. Although Blizzard has already said that they're going to reduce that to 5 times. Nashala, White Mane, good challenges for these ones. And what else? There's Skill Footman with Grunts, so that one you can do in Marsha Redpoint Westfall or Tyrion in Plaguelands. Both of those have map mechanic to summon more footmen periodically, so there's plenty of footmen there. And then there's one to heal orcs, and the orcs that count for healing are Grommash Hellscream, Orgrim Doomhammer, Frostwolf Shaman, Warsong Grunts, and Warsong Raider. So some tips for some of the challenges that may not be completely obvious. And finally, there are the event missions. 3 event-specific solo missions, again with 3 difficulty levels, no time gating. Enemy level is based on the average of your team, where all minis count as at least the highest level mini minus 4 levels. So if you have really big level disparities, then you might face a little bit higher level enemies as well. There's also 1 co-op mission, 3 difficulty levels, but there it's not dynamic, it's just you're facing either level 10 minis, level 20 minis, or level 30 minis in that one. The first event mission is Betrayal at Thunder Bluff. You're facing Magatha on Cairns map. Magatha's army is Darkspear Troll Ted hunting, Frostwolf Shaman with Earth Shield, Harpies with Infectious Swipes, Prowler with Pack Leader, Stonehoof Tauren with Pummel, and Witch Doctor with Amplify Curse. There's also neutral Stonehoof Tauren that are going to spawn every 30 seconds and join whoever beats them up. And you can get them, for example, with Wellpacks. You can drop Wellpacks on them, and Wellpacks will not kill them, but they will hit them long enough to make them change sides. Or you can also get them with a Plague Farmer from the high ground, because they're where one tower used to be, so Plague Farmer has enough range to reach them, so it can safely shoot them from the high ground. Then Magatha is going to have this group of minis. There's Stonehoof Tauren with Poisonous Attack and a Momentum talent, Witch Doctor and a Frostwolf Shaman. They spawn every 60 seconds in Heroic and Mythic. And then there's going to be phases, only 1 phase change here. At 50% health, Magatha will summon a totem that deals 400 elemental damage on a radius of 5 every 3 seconds for 15 seconds. So a bit of a soft board clear. And this is the army that I built for this encounter, so it's an Arthas army with that Plague Farmer, with those Wellpegs, then Priestess, Witch Doctor, Pyromancer, and Dire Batlings. The idea here being that right at the start you're going to be attacked because there's that group of 3 minis, the map mechanic coming, and Magatha also has gold. Sometimes they're coming from 2 directions. You probably need to defend pretty close to your base, so defending with Arthas and then DPS behind Arthas. And from there you can take the Stonehoof Tauren, you can take the tower, you can start attacking Magatha from 2 directions, and that's pretty much it. Also, this army, I actually used this exact same army to complete all of the heroics. So every single heroic was done with this one, and normal you can do with this one. So it's only really the other mythics that you might need to change something up a little bit. The second mission is Gazlowe's Fire Sale. So this is Gazlowe, but this time on Charlgas map. Gazlowe's army is Chain Lightning with Brilliant Flash, Darkspear Troll with Serpent Sting, Frostwolf Shaman with Lightning Mastery, Harpies with Talon Dive, Stonehoof Tauren with Momentum, Warsong Grunts with Blood Pact, and Witch Doctor with Spirit Ward. There's going to be Goblin Zappers that spawn every 45 seconds. In Heroic, they come with a Stonehoof Tauren, and in Mythic, there's actually 2 groups. So 2 groups of 2 Zappers and a Stonehoof Tauren. Also, there's going to be stationary Darkspear Trolls spawning on the bridges every 50 seconds in Heroic, every 40 seconds in Mythic, and at phase changes, Gazlowe is going to cleanse himself and clear the board around him. And there's plenty of phase changes, by the way, because there's 1 in Normal, 2 in Heroic, and 3 in Mythic. I actually did Gazlowe with a very similar Arthas army that I used with Magatha. I have just replaced the eggs with an Earth Elemental, because I want an Earth Elemental to tank those rocket towers a little bit, so that the Earth Elemental is tanking the rocket towers and then my DPS can take them out. At the start, the Zapper Tauren groups are dangerous, but as an upside, one of them goes through the canyon and the other one takes the long route and goes through the right tower before heading to your base. Which means that if you control the right tower, if you control that high ground, you can shoot the ones that go through the canyon from a bow, and you can shoot the others when they're trying to take the detour. So it's just going to be all good. You just need to time your defenses at the start so that you'll be able to defend appropriately, and then you can take the left tower, you can take the right tower, you can control the high ground, kill everything in the canyon, and start attacking Gazlowe. And finally, the third map, Gates of Orgrimmar, Thrall on a new map. Thrall's minis don't have any talents. Thrall has Darkspear Troll, Execute, Ogre Mage, Stonehoof Tauren, Warsong Grunts, and Warsong Raider. And Thrall has these duelists. In normal they are shamans and they spawn every 90 seconds. In heroic and mythic they are grunts and they spawn every 25 seconds. And the duelists will challenge your minis, the first approaching mini, to sort of Magatha like Orgrimmar Doomhammer does. Your mini is going to go to the grunt. So it's going to go a little bit out of the way. You can support it just like you can support the Magatha, but it's a little bit difficult because it's a little bit out of the way. And whoever wins the duel gets the nearby towers, so they're just going to collapse if they're under the opponent's control and they're going to be captured. So winning these duels is actually really useful. Thrall is also going to get a bunch of other minis for free. There's a Doomhammer that spawns every 60 seconds. There's a Warzone Raider together with 2 Goblin Zappers. They first spawn at 2:30 and then every 90 seconds thereafter. And at every phase transition, Thrall is going to cleanse himself and he's going to summon some Swole Trolls. And while this one is doable with an Arthas build, I actually found it easier to do with Onu, especially Onu with Barkskin. Because if you're going to duel against a Warzone Grunt, Onu with Barkskin, it's just going to kill a Grunt even if one is multiple levels higher than it. Grunt has no chance. And Onu can also just summon reinforcements right on top of the Grunt. So Onu, Witch Doctor, Pyromancer, Priestess, Plague Farmer, Die Batlings and Spiderlings. I do love Spiderlings so much here. They just make short work of Swole Trolls, those duelist grunts, towers, anything. They're just really phenomenal. For example, if you lose the middle tower, then Batlings and Spiderlings are both fast, so they're able to get there before it's rebuilt and just prevent the rebuilding. Just wonderful things going on with this build. I also used this in the co-op, in the war at Orgrimmar, so at level 30, and this was doing great against level 30 enemies in co-op, because the co-op takes place in the same map and the duelist mechanic is the same in that one too. So here we go against Mythic Magatha. Let's see, the neutral torrents are there. I would really want to grab those, but first I need to survive the attack. Now this is a little bit awkward beginning because the harpies were now played. And that means those harpies are going for the torrents. And it's really hard to contest them, so I'm just going to have to give the torrents to my opponent and then try to defend against that. But don't worry, that is totally doable. We can do that. We can defend against that. Sometimes there's instead going to be an attack from the left, in which case it's really important to defend very close to your base so that you will be able to just defend so that your army won't kill one group and then go on its merry way and leave your base undefended. Like here is happening a little bit of that, because now that Dark's Betrayal, luckily it's not regenerating, but it still dealt a bunch of damage. Anyway, now I have some Batlings trying to grab those Stonehoof Tauren for me, and they are just barely managing to do that. Just in time before the harpies came, and now I'm able to send armies to fight against Magatha, both from down below here and then can send another one up there as well. There was the phase change, there's the totem, boom. As you can see, it managed to clear everything. If I had sent everything there immediately on that attack, actually the poison damage would have killed Magatha. So if I didn't go on and take the tower, but taking the tower is safer because then there won't be that many things that can threaten your base. Now my Welvex failed a little bit because they were too close to the shaman, but no, they barely worked. Alright, anyway, I have another attack going on against Magatha, and Magatha just goes down. Alright, let's look at Mythic Gazlowe. So here the attack that's coming, there's 4 Zappers coming, 2 Stonehoof Torrents coming, and there's also lots of Darkspit Trolls on the bridges. So what I'm trying to do here, I'm trying to set my minis so that I will be able to defend against both of these attacks. So now I was stalling a little bit there so that I was able to get all the defenses in place. And that went actually quite well. Now I'm trying to get the Earth Elemental out there to fight against the tower. And then I was actually wondering a little bit whether I should go left or right in this specific situation. But in the end I decided that I'm going to try to take the left tower here. And We barely managed to do that, although there is a Stonehoof Tauren coming, which is unpleasant, but we are just able to get it down. Alright, so now this is looking good. We have the left tower, and we can start working getting towards the right one. The Dire Battlings with Soundbite. Soundbite is so wonderful there with the AoE damage. They took out all of the sappers. And now we are fighting for the control of the bridge. Some sappers are coming from there, but they are not getting past Arthas. So it's all looking good. And what I need now is I just need a little bit of damage coming, and damage is coming here with the Plague Farmer. And then I will need a distraction on the rocket tower that is provided by the Earth Elemental. And then everything should be fine. So now we are using the high ground. Just dealing so much damage from the high ground. Although now there was that troll that respawned just on top of me, which can sometimes be problematic. But either way, Arthas is doing a phenomenal job. Arthas is already taking out the tower. Bit of fighting, bit of back and forth at the tower there. Some grunts coming, but I can send Dire Battlings to support the rocket tower there. Now I have both towers, which means that now I have the high ground. And from here, those sappers, those Taurens, they are just not going to reach my base anymore. They just won't. I can just send minis here on the high ground and they will kill them. So then it's time to start attacking Gazlowe. Now, Gazlowe also has a small board clear rocket, which means that I would need to attack Gazlowe multiple times. So that might take a while. But we should have enough time. Depending on how much poison I get in. Might be able to do some good things here. Yeah, that's nice. Good poison, good poison. Got 2 phases with 1 assault. That was nice. Can add a little bit more poison to the assault, I hope. And again, control of the high ground is so crucial here. Some distraction. I need more Plague Farmers. Yeah, Plague Farmer would be important. Get more poison on Gazlowe. Alright. Poison is sticking. That's good. Another phase change. As you can see, it's a small wipe. And then I just need to press the attack here. Gazlowe does not have a lot of health left. Just keep sending stuff out there and it should go down. And pow, and there, that was Mythic Gazlowe. Alright, and next up we have Mythic Thrall. So here at the start I would want to go left, because as you can see on the left gold mine there's 2 nuggets at the start and I would like to pick those up. And now I can get that Ono out there. Challenge to a duel. It's a little bit difficult to get into that dueling pit. Like if you send your minis the regular way, then they don't necessarily get there, but Ono can just summon its own reinforcements there. And even though I lost both towers here, that's just a momentarily thing. It's going to get better again. Now there's 1 Ogre Mage coming through mid, so I don't have to respond to that too much. Although I guess maybe I should have. It's actually dealing a ton of damage to the base. And now I managed to... No, the Kobold Miner was dueled. Well, happens sometimes. I'll just drop some reinforcements there to help Ono duel. Okay, Thrall is also using execute to help his minis duel. Alright, that's okay. Ono is still going to do fine. Now I need to protect my base a little. My base took unnecessary damage earlier. So here we go. Some good things going over there. Another duel. Onu challenged to another duel. Onu is like, alright. You sure you want to duel me? I mean, it's fine. Let's go. And boom, another victory from a duel. And now I would want to take the left tower again as well. Getting some damage into Thrall here. And then Thrall runs away. Bravely runs away. And Onu challenges the Warzone Grunt to a duel. But Onu comes with some spiderlings. I mean, they're barely even sentient, so it's still a duel, right? Doesn't count. Then we have those swole trolls coming in, but because I am pushing all the lanes with Onus, that means that I'm able to fight against all the swole trolls. Swole trolls will just ignore Onu, they don't have a talent, they're siege specialists, they only attack towers. But everything looks fine. Time to send another Onu. Onu can also bring miner, but all the small stuff to mine. There Onu and some spiderlings, and why not the plague farmer, so we get a lot of poison on, and all that poison kills the grunt real quick, and progress is being made. Now the question is, do I want to try to support this Onu attack, or do I want to try to... Maybe I should have dueled, because now that I didn't duel the grunt for long enough, then grunt was able to retake the towers. But here we go again with Onu. I take the tower there, at least for a while. But another duelist appeared. Then we retake towers again, and then I want to play another Onu, this time on the right side. Overtime has started, so that means that now we have a lot of gold, so we're able to start pushing Thrall. Just building up the team over there, and then let's send some troops. Thrall does the charge. Charge kills one Onu, but hey, that's one Onu among many others. The attack is going. Thrall's defenses have a hard time holding against all this Onu and all this poison, and Thrall goes down. And then one more time with the feel, level 30 co-op. War at Orgrimmar. And we're going to go to war with Onu. Now I just wish I would be able to find my Onu somewhere. There's my Onu. My partner plays some grunts to fight for the middle. That's nice. I'm going to chip in a little bit with some plague farming and Onu and spiderlings. And I mean, just look at that. Level 30, sure. But 28 Onu, 28 spiderlings. The damage is just comes in so quick. So little you can do. That was probably a mistake sending that kobold miner there so far behind. Now in this co-op I cannot play on my partner's side. Unless they take the tower, then I can play from the tower. But other than that I can't play. I'm losing a tower there, but regaining because of the one duel. I would need to challenge. Yeah, I would have needed to challenge. Whoa, yikes. There's a bunch of stuff coming through the middle. Need to fight against those. I should have attacked the grunt, though, and challenged it to a duel. If I had noticed the swole troll a little bit earlier, I could have done that. Okay. But I would need to cycle to Onu so that I could get another push going. Alright, now we get the Onu. Is it in time or will I lose the tower first? Yes, it's in time. The duel begins. Onu cheats with spiderlings again and the plague farmer too. Now this kobold miner is at a more appropriate time. Alright, that's beautiful. And then we're trying to attack Attack Thrall again. Towers go up, towers go down. Just sending more Onus whenever there's an opportunity to do so. Maybe I should have actually not sent the Onu through the middle here. Because if I had instead sent it against the duelist, that would have prevented the towers from falling. Because I think they're going to fall now. It's been too long. Yep, it was too long since I last sent an Onu. Now those totems are preventing my spiderlings from keeping the tower down. But I'm sending another Onu, so it's gonna be fine. Yep, another Onu. Oh, they are cheating too. They got a feral spirit to help with the duel, but it didn't help enough. And here we go again. Things are looking up. Really need to get those shamans down. Getting chain lightninged and stuff, so we're not really dealing the damage we would need. The shamans are healing Thrall up. Now a bit of a rougher period going in this fight. We haven't been able to make appropriate progress. I probably would have just needed to send more Onus to catch all the duelists. If I had done that, then we would not be losing these towers. Now we're getting all the towers back. That's good. As long as we make sure that the center tower doesn't come back up. Does not. That's good. Alright. Then good push from all sides. And this time keep dueling so that towers won't get back up. Yep. That was nice. Start. I can only keep towers up on one side. Maybe the middle. Then again, Sneak does benefit from towers going down in a sense. Alright, going to duel again. We're pretty evenly matched, so nothing's really going on. But obviously, it's overtime approaches. Overtime is good news. Overtime means that we can add more pressure. No, barely missed the chance to get the Dono out there. One through the middle, maybe. Spiderlings, they're just so wonderful nowadays. Alright, we can also go for a duel. Capturing some towers, getting into duels. Now we can start real pressure from all lanes. So from all directions, and suddenly Thrall is getting poisoned. Thrall is getting poisoned. And all of a sudden, all that poison killed Thrall. So that's the Horde event, all mythics, everything, and I hope you will have fun. Thank you for watching. Click like and subscribe if you enjoyed this, and a special thanks to all of my Patreon supporters, YouTube members and Twitch subscribers who make all of these videos possible.